What's up, y'all? So, on social media, man, I'm friends with a lot of people that I went to high school with. And the high school that I went to was Morgan Park High School on the far south side of Chicago in the Hundreds and the Wild Hundreds, as we call it. It was right on the 111th and Vincennes. And when I tell y'all, when I was at MP, like I had the time of my life at Morgan Park. Seriously, if it was a high school experience that I think everybody should get, I wish that people had the high school experience that I had at Morgan Park. And I wish I could have enjoyed it more because I came out of my shell late in my later years, my junior year to senior year. Morgan Park was a school that, like, it was like the schools that you would see on TV, except it was more, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago, you have a lot of hood dudes in there, even though it was in the Beverly neighborhood. You had a mixture of crowds. So many different crowds you could be with. Like, it had every crowd in there, like something you see on TV. You had the gangbangers. You had the hoopers. You had the football team. Morgan Park football team was phenomenal. Headed by Lexi Spurlock during that time. Like, MP was always winning. Only city teams we lost to for real was Simeon. And that's really about it as far as city teams we lost to when I was there. Really. Other losses came against the Catholic school teams. And I remember we were the first city Chicago public school team to beat Providence Catholic school. Now, that's when we played Providence at Soldier Field. I'm saying we like I was on the field. But anyway, MP football team was great. You had people that was into poetry. What you call that? Spoken word type stuff. Like, a lot of my friends were writers. They would write poetry. They would write rap lyrics. Man, you could go, when you came up to MP in the morning, you could see a cipher, guys just rapping, spin bars back and forth. Like, it was just that type of creative crowd in our school. We had individuals who were great at art. They could drawing out different type of anime figures. They had an anime club at MP. Like, an anime club was created by the students and the teachers to help kids express themselves. So we also had, I'm trying to think some more stuff. We had a poetry team, we had a bowling team, we had they had cheerleading, they had flag team, they had pom-pom team, they had all type of different, every type of thing you could think of MP had. And what made the experience so dope was that the school spirit at MP was like no other. I remember when it was Spirit Week. And, you know, I know other schools, like MP had hood gangbangers for real. But they had smart kids too. Like, this is probably the best academic school, this best school you could go to for academics on the south side of Chicago, outside of the college prep schools like Brennan and Brooks. Because we had phenomenal teachers in there with great educational backgrounds, came from great institutions. We just had some crazy wild kids in there like every school. And we had cool, calm, and collected kids like myself as well. But anyway, and during Spirit Week, everybody was in there dressing up. I've never seen school spirit like this in a high school in my life. When they had Celebrity Day, people was coming up dressed up like Will Smith and Carlton Banks. People was dressing up like singers and rappers and all different type of, like, they was really going out dressing up. Kindergarten Day, people would really design costumes and stuff and put their effort into this to make Spirit Week special. Twin Day, people was going to get outfits to like match their friends and take pictures in for the yearbook. When the school pride was on another level. At Gately Stadium, Morgan Park crowd was deep. Every game was like a homecoming game, no lie. When we played Simeon, it was, you would think it was like a national championship game being played at Gately Stadium. Packed to capacity, everybody and their mama. If you ain't had nothing to do, if you ain't even go to MP or Simeon, but you knew the action was going to be there, you knew it was going to be a great time. If you was a young dude, you knew it was going to be some pretty girls in there you was going to see. Some fine girls for you to talk to. If you was a young lady, you going to see some guys you might want to talk to or whatever. It was like a social experience. And the football game was just that, and like it was just emphatic like that. MP team was crazy. So like that experience for me, because I had never, my school, we had started up my elementary school. We had a basketball team, but the fanfare wasn't nothing like what I seen the football team get at Morgan Park. Like the teachers was excited. Teachers was going to the games. Like it was that real at MP. So when I saw that, it was like, man, I'm glad I go to this school. I'm like, dang, like this school, like it's jumping. It was jumping. Like we had pep rallies. I remember when Wayne Blackshear, Wayne was a McDonald's All-American, went on to play and win a national championship at the University of Louisville with Rick Pitino. When Wayne first transferred from Curie and MP was en route, they played in a city championship game and won the city championship my junior year. We had a whole pep rally for them in the auditorium. When I say it was jumping, music, everything, like the security guards at MP was going to the games and was giving the young boys confidence and was like that. They were that into what was going on in the school. They was that into, the young kids playing sports. They bought into it. The whole school bought into the sports. The whole school bought into, the school spirit thing. Like even teachers were participating in the days. Like it was that type of environment. Now I ain't gonna act like we ain't had dudes getting their head bust and fights going on and all that type of wild rowdy stuff, because we did for sure. Especially with Ada Park across the way and the boys from the jungle down the way, they was going at it, all that type. So it was definitely going up with that. But I'm saying like the school spirit and enthusiasm that I seen in the school, it was crazy. I remember the homecoming dances. Homecoming was it was jumping. I ain't go to homecoming to my junior year, but when I went, I was mad that I missed out because, I don't know, it was fun, man. It was a fun experience for me, and I really went to MP because it was for several reasons. One, because I knew, like my brother that's no longer with us today, no longer living. He went to Morgan Park. He went and won a city championship with the football team. So I'm like, I want to follow my brother's footsteps. I didn't play football, but I'm like, I want to go to the school he went to, because school was special to me. I was always up at Morgan Park all the time, watching them play at Gailey Stadium with my my stepmother. So we would always go up to Morgan Park and Gately for a lot of the events that he had going on. Anyway, when I was being a 14-year-old boy, I knew all the pretty girls went to Morgan Park. All the fan girls went to Morgan Park. So I was like, I'm in there. That's where I want to be at too. So I wanted to date the pretty girls and do that. I wanted to do all of that. Date all the pretty girls. I wanted to do that. So I went to MP for that reason. Then for 3, I knew Morgan Park didn't wear uniform. Because we didn't wear uniform, I'm like, that's cool. I was wearing uniform from 3rd grade to 8th grade in elementary school. So I'm like, cool. I get a chance to jump fly, get fly. I'm tripping though, because that was a crazy mistake, because I knew my people ain't had the money for me to be competing with these other kids that parents probably had the money for them, or they was working jobs so they can get the new Michael Jordans. They can get all of that. I'm like, man, look, I gotta wear some ones, some Timberland boots, and if all else fails, a crisp white tee to keep me straight and keep me looking clean during that time. But for those reasons, I went to Morgan Park, but I came out and made lifelong, like one of my closest friends, Matthew Bullock, my boy Matthew that y'all seen in the video about vector marketing. I met Matt in there. Like I was in JROTC in high school, and ROTC was popping. Like it was really fun. And hold on though, let me say this: Morgan Park band, my high school band at the school would kill some college bands for real. Like they was that cold. They was playing all time. Like at Morgan Park, they was the ones playing the Family Guy theme song in the band room. Band room was jumping. They was doing every type of song you could think of. They were skilled at the instrument that they played, and they really put their heart and soul into it. At these performances, Morgan Park, the drum majors was live, like a college HBCU band. It was like that at Morgan Park. So we really was wanting to hit a band and a football team when we went to Gailey Stadium to watch Morgan Park play. So those different elements made my time at MP special. Like I said, we had a crowd for everybody. Whatever you was into, it was a crowd for that. You know what I'm saying? So I never felt lost and I never felt out of place like that because we had, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't like every school. Like, you know, most schools in the city, you gonna have the street dudes, you gonna have the hoopers, you had a regular crowd, but nah, man, it was a crowd for everybody, and you had individuals that mixed into every crowd. That hung with, okay, might hang with the street dudes sometime. They gonna hang with the kids that do anime. They gonna hang with the kids that do poetry. They gonna hang with the football team. They gonna hang with whatever, the bowling team, people like the band people. People was mixing and mingling with every crowd, man, and that experience was like, it was really like preparing me for college, for the HBCU experience that I would get living on the campus with my student body, with my peers, and enjoying life as it happened, man. And by the time that I was a senior in high school, that was like my best year. I was prom king in high school, and like I remember my whole prom night. It was special, man. It was dope, man. It was really dope. And me and my friends, we had some great experiences together. I remember kicking it at MP, going up to that donut up the hill. We would go to just be walking around, you know, go to McDonald's all the way up the hill on Western. We would go to Waldo Cooney's Pizza after school, kicking it, talking crazy, talking mess back and forth. You know, we would go, we posted up at BP gas station. Even though you know somebody might be bound to get their head busted at BP gas station. But that experience at Morgan Park, that was a real high school experience. I really got a full high school experience. And we had every type of girl that you could think of. The hood, ghetto girls. Had the bougie girls. You had the girls that was in between hood and classy. You had girls that was tomboys. You had girls that was every type of woman that you was looking for. A grown, classy woman that was like 14, 15, every type, like all of that. So those elements made Morgan Park like really like the transition of me growing up into a young man, a young adult. And more than anything, those teachers at that school really believed in me, man. They really supported me. The guidance counselors really was on us to go to college. They really made sure that, you know, we were doing what we were supposed to do to get into college, and helped us if we didn't have the money to pay for the scholarship, to pay for the application fees that these colleges had. They was really helping us, man, and took us on college tours, things like that. I remember I made $700 in the summer off a program that my guidance counselor told me about, a pharmacy program. And really, I never even was really even into pharmacy, but I knew I needed $700 because I wanted that money to use to get fly for the upcoming school year and to keep some money in my pocket at the time. But it opened my eyes up to the pharmacy world, and I found that it was a dope thing. So I owe a lot to Morgan Park, man. And that school really was where I got my confidence in myself as a young man, and that was instilled in me through my teachers, through my friends, through the young women that I talked to, and just through life. I guess just through me trying to find my own way and my own path. And that was really where I learned to be a leader and not a follower at Morgan Park. Because if I was a follower, I would have been following behind the kids that was running around doing the street stuff, smoking, drinking. To this day, I ain't never smoked none a day in my life. And it was peer pressure all throughout MP. All throughout the Chicago public school system, it's peer pressure in Chicago, period. But I knew if I could be a leader there and follow my own mind and be my own self at MP, it was everything around you to get into. Because I had friends that did all that stuff. If I could stay on my arrow, I'm going to stay on the straight and narrow and stay on my square there, I knew I could do it anywhere else. If I could do it in Chicago, at Morgan Park High School, I could do it anywhere else, man. And MP is a school that has produce prolific people. Like one of the first, I don't know, I'm not going to say this because I'm not sure. I don't think she is. I don't know. But if not the first, one of the first African American female astronauts, Macy Jemison, graduated from Morgan Park. Shout out to the singer Jeremiah. A lot of other prolific individuals went to Morgan Park as well. So shout out to all my people from MP, all the Mustangs, man. Like we say, hey, you should have been a Mustang. That was the crowd they was doing. That was the chant they was doing at the games, man. Shout out MP, y'all. Peace.